Alright, so going to capture some of the latest exhaust changes. They're not that big, not significant, but let's see here. So right here on the right side of the car, I swapped out for a slightly smaller in outer diameter secondary resonator. Now, the reason I did that was that the last one I had sat a little bit close to the e-boosters. It still wasn't too close, but I did want to have a little bit larger of an air gap between the exhaust system, the resonator, and the e-boosters. So we'll see how this thing sounds. It should do just fine. I had a straight pipe here initially, just that middle resonator, and that was definitely quiet enough. And I painted it all black, just with some high temp flat black paint, because as you looked at the car from the rear, you would see the shiny resonator end cap, but on the left side, since there is no resonator over there, there's a little bit of asymmetry going on visually. Of course, the last change prior to this was that I swapped out the exhaust valve. Boy, this is difficult. There for a normally closed. I had normally open in there before. So I also repainted the tip over here. So got all that freshened up. Going to run that, see how it sounds. If I like it, I'll rewrap this guy here and between the inlet, the outlet of the first resonator and the inlet of the second resonator with the black fiberglass wrap that I have on the rest of the system up here. Again, just for a little more thermal, better thermal barrier between the hot exhaust and the charge plumbing and e-boosters and whatnot down low. So happy with how all that came out. Let's see if I can get this here. There's the right side tip. So a single just round resonator about 10 inches long, 3-inch diameter, and then of course there's one of my attempts at pie cuts and the exhaust valve on the left side. And that of course is the S400 with a tile 38mm wastegate. And back over here, those are the two e-boosters that I'm waiting on 48-volt battery pack to show up in April, so I can finish up the system that powers those guys. And then there's the throttle body, electronic throttle body that I'll use as the bypass valve for when the e-boosters are on. So that's the current setup in the rear. I hope that's helpful.